All right. We on live. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining the rrbgc.org. I'm gonna put that in there. That's the website. But thank you so very much for joining us tonight. We have a special guest here, but before we get started, and we'll give you some information about the goals and objectives and the mission of RRBGC. But I want you all to do me a favor. And this is, although I'm smiling and I want to keep smiling, I want to engage all of y'all to share this link, share this show. But I want you to do something because of the impact that economics have on our community, and businesses are not flourishing as they should be. We need to first, before we start engaging in a conversation, let us bow our heads and do the economic prayer before we get started. Lord, strengthen us, for we are weary, and increase our power, for we are weak. Allow us to put this knowledge into practice and rise like the phoenix from our current situation to transform our lives and the lives of our families, and to be a blessing to those who are the least, the last, and left out. Amen. Thank you for that prayer. And I'm serious because all that we say and all that we do is all about making sure we have a foundation that is spiritual. The base of all that we do that we want to be successful with, we always should invoke the Spirit of God. And don't forget our ancestors. Don't forget the people from Rosewood. Don't forget the people from Tulsa. Don't forget all of those giants, pioneers, a lot of them right here in Chicago. And may God be pleased with all of them that really were a model for us. And they set the tone, they set the trends. And so we should never forget them. One day we'll do a show and we'll talk about many of them. But let me just tell you, the goal of RRBGC is to save Black business and to strengthen Black-owned businesses by bringing folks that are successful, knowledgeable, well-researched to come on these shows to provide information as it relates to being successful. And we have a lot of strong models out here in our community. So today, this evening, we are fortunate. We're waiting for him to come on right now. Dr. Michael Hallman. I see the brother right there. Brother Dr. Michael Hallman. And he's very accomplished within the area of business. He operates as a business consultant, grant writing, and provides accounting services. And also, let me just tell you this, Dr. Hallman will be supporting RRGBC in our efforts to assist Black-owned business with daily operations, marketing, and employee relations, because I really want to talk about that. But Dr. Hallman also understands politics in the business, definitely here in Chicago. And I'm going to tell you, that's going to be an interesting conversation, because when he understands politics and business, that means, let me just say this. Politics is a set of activities, Doc, that are associated with making decisions in group or other forms of power relations between individuals, such as the distribution of resources and status. And one of Dr. Hallman's statements is, or in his mission statement is, I don't just make dreams come true, but we help dreams into legacies. I love that. I love that. And so without further ado, and this brother is a Panther, a DuSable Panther. I'm really proud of him that he attended DuSable High School and was motivated, inspired by his grandfather. So, Doc, how you doing this evening, man? Can we hear Doc? Doc, are you there? No, we can't hear him. I think we're having a technical problem with Doc. I don't know if you're.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
We can hear you now. And just project yourself a little louder so the audience can hear you, Doc.
All righty, all righty. Can everyone hear me?
Oh, yes, sir. Loud and clear. What's up, brother Doc?
How are you this afternoon, this evening?
Hey, man, it's the same fight, just a different round.
I know that's right.
Same fight. I said that one time, Doc, at a car wash. And this brother, every time I would go into this car wash, I would say that. And then the brother came back to my window this one day. He said, man, you know, I've been listening to you. I like your motivation. When you say that, I always say, oh, yeah. He said, but you know what? I've been thinking about what you say. And he said, I just wanted to say that it is a fight. He said, but it ain't a fair fight. I said, damn, that's profound. He said, this is not a fair fight. But Doc, arm us with knowledge so that we can fight this fight in an intelligent way, in a strategic way, because many of our people don't know how to fight this fight in terms of the business world, having that marketing knowledge, you know, having that employee relation knowledge, you know, having all of the necessary tools to be successful and understanding, as you said, the politics in business.
Well, the first thing I would like to say to everyone is good evening. We're definitely in a fight. We're definitely in a fight. So my thing would be to inform you and give you as much knowledge and information I possibly can to make sure that you are successful. And as the motto says, we help turn dreams into legacy. And that's what we all want to be behind, a good legacy.
Yes, sir. Yeah, so Doc, as a business consultant, I know what a consultant is. Are there a set of businesses right now that you are working with here in Chicago that you are helping them to stay afloat or start? What is your work right now, your current work that you're doing now here in Chicago?
Well, that's quite a bit of businesses that I work with. All are Black owned, of course. I'm helping a young man right now fulfill his dream of being a realtor. So we're helping him get a grant to get property and things of that sort, teaching him how to do it, what it takes to do it, and things of that sort, to uplift and to build. Because basically his idea, he has a great idea, because he wants more Black home ownership.
Yeah, I mean that's very critical for us, Doc. Ownership.
Yeah.
That's very, very critical for us, the ownership. So what name
Exactly.
some of those? Can you name some of the businesses that we can share this with?
Of course, of course. Uh, the name of his business is DB Real Estate.
Okay.
Basically, what it is, like I said, he's a young black man right now who wants to empower individuals into getting into homes. If you cannot get into a home with your current credit score, what he does is he leases to own the property until your credit score gets up
Uh-huh.
to a point where you can actually buy the property in which you
Now, now, are you basically um lending your expertise to primarily startup businesses, or do you go and where business was doing well and all of a sudden things change for whatever reason? Do you go to help restore them and maybe they have to change some strategies, change some things that they're doing, some practices? Do you help in that area too?
Oh yes, I teach them about uh, the first thing I teach them is how to lay out a business plan. First and foremost,
Okay.
you have to have a great business plan to execute. Number two, a business proposal. Because if you're presenting yourself to different investors and other entrepreneurs and things of that sort, you must have a great proposal. The third thing is your business budget. You must
Hmm.
know how to manage your budget being a business owner. Number four is marketing, teaching them how to market, where to market, who to target. If your target audience is African Americans who you want to uh, build with and grow with and give businesses to, that's who you market.
Hmm.
You go out, you got your flyers, you got your website, you got Facebook, you got Instagram, you got Snapchat. You have all of those entities that you can use
Yep.
to market your business.
Yeah. So are there some businesses that you can, I know you mentioned one or two, I think you did, that we should know about that have great services, or let's talk a little bit about, and I want to deal with this at some point. I don't know if we want to talk about it right now, but employee relations, because I know that's a big deal. As is that, are you talking about customer service or are you talking about developing employees?
Well, basically, I'm talking about elevating. I'm talking about power. I'm talking about building up, building back better, and building up.
Okay. And that's good, Doc, because I think many of us want to know, and we have to put that out there because we must show a particular type of presence, attitude, and our work ethic have to be greater than what it is. And I know many of us have sometimes employees that work and misrepresent our vision, misrepresent, what we stand for. And I know that training is really critical. Well, I know people, they're right across the town or go to the suburbs because they get turned off by the treatment, how they treat it, and inside of a particular business. And you want to support your people, but when it comes to folks spending their money, they will go to Timbuktu and be treated, just to get the treatment for their money.
That is true.
So that's critical.
That is it is definitely.
What do you consider to be politics in business? When you say politics, what are you saying? You understand the politics, or you help people to understand the politics in business? What do you mean by that? Doc, are you there?
Okay. As we all know that sometimes the color of our skin is what deters banks from giving us loans, no matter what our credit score is. We can have an 820 credit score, but because we walked into the bank and our skin was dark, oh, well, unfortunately, we cannot give you this loan because you don't meet certain requirements. What are those requirements that I don't meet? You have my business portfolio, you have my bank statements, you have my FICO score. What requirements do I not meet?
Mhm. And what are those? So, and so when people get discouraged with that, I mean, do you teach them how to organize all of that, like the steps?
Well,
So,
basically, what I do is I basically teach them one, there's more than one way to get funded. You don't necessarily always have to go to a bank to get a loan. You can go through federal grants. You can go through state grants. You can get all of these grants that you qualify for in order to get the financing in which you need to start your business.
and there's a
Or,
lot of money out there, isn't it, Doc? Right
oh
now,
yes, it's billions of dollars out there in grants. Billions of dollars.
who's getting these grants? Anybody in our community getting them?
Well, I've been helping individuals get grants since 2008.
Oh, okay.
So I've helped hundreds of thousands of people tap into the resources that I've learned in regards to the eligibility for grants. And that's why I write the grants the way I write the grants for them, so
Mhm.
that they understand how and to get these particular grants.
What's typically the type of business that they go into, those that get grants?
It varies. I've helped people get hair salons. I've helped people get barbershops. I've helped people get restaurants. I've helped individuals get construction companies. I've helped individuals get small car lots. I've helped people get grocery stores. I've helped individuals with lawn care, uh, flower shops.
Okay, okay. An array of business. That's great.
Yes,
Through grants.
yes.
And where's the first stop? Yeah, I know you mentioned state grants, federal grants. Are they earmarked for a particular kind of businesses? What do you have to have in
Well,
terms of your
basically,
portfolio? What's needed to
the
even apply?
the best grants, and these are the most successful ones that I have, is the guidelines for the federal grants. Because right
Can
now,
you repeat that? I didn't hear you. Say that again.
uh, the
The
best grant
guideline.
the best grants right now are federal grants, due to the
Okay.
fact that the regulations and the application is much more simpler, it's much more easier, and you get a lot more money uh, that you can actually get started.
Okay. What's the highest amount of money you could apply for?
Well, it varies because there are different types of grants. Some grants you can apply for as much as $1.2 million.
Oh boy. Oh boy. And when you get that grant, you don't have to pay it back.
No, it's a grant.
It's a grant.
It's a grant. It's not a loan.
And is it in increments, or is it just like one lump sum?
It's one lump sum. But the kicker to the federal grants is you can apply for federal grants every year as long as your business is in business.
Wow.
And most people
Now-
don't know that.
And I'm sure with this whole COVID thing, they have increased the grants, or a lot of people
They
have.
have actually right now, if you're going into like education for like childcare, if you're
Yeah.
going into daycares, if you're going into home health care, if you're going into nonprofit mentorship programs, after school programs, computer programming programs, there's actually a grant right now that is worth $4.2 billion.
Damn, I need to stop working and go and get this grant in mentorship. I got a serious sport. I mean, I'm serious, man. I'm like, what the hell? We need to talk offline. Hey, look, hey, Doc, I've had the most successful involvement with mentoring probably than anybody in the city of Chicago. I really have, but I took all of my skills and talents and gifts from God, and I went into CPS and started
Yeah, I would.
looking for
Don't
somebody.
don't feel bad. I did the same thing, my brother. I worked for CPS for quite some time, and the Boys and Girls Club too. So I understand.
Yeah, but I'm glad that they have. You said a billion.
Yes, I can actually go on grants.gov right now and show you the Department of Educational
Is it
grant.
difficult? But is it so? Is it very difficult to get that money? I mean, I'm sure you have to have your stuff airtight. They not just
What
giving out the
happens is
money.
with the federal government, if they're not as strict as state and city, they're not as strict. Because what federal does is they have this money to give away, and they have to give this money away at a certain amount of time so they can replenish it for the next fiscal year. So they have to get rid of this money.
Well, I see the
So
grant writing, and you do classes with grant writing or
exactly,
sessions but you can get in trouble with federal grants if you're not doing what you're supposed to do with them, right?
that is
There's some
correct.
auditing going to make
That is
sure
correct.
that you are meeting whatever type of scope of services that you say you're
Say that
doing.
you're going to provide that you need to provide those services. Yes,
Okay. Well, I mean, I love the fact that you have many ways that people can come and get information if they want to open up a restaurant, if they're interested in
exactly,
opening up a salon or whatever, a tire
exactly.
shop,
Right.
and I think that's so important that every particular service that we go to other people to get, we need to look at how we provide some of those same services. And I know we used to have you attended DuSable, right?
That is correct.
And on 47, right before you got to Wabash and
That
Michigan,
is correct. That is correct.
there was a tire shop there.
Yes, it was.
You
Yes, it
remember
was.
that?
Yes, it was.
But all of I don't know if there. I know there's a brother on State Street that repairs tires and etc.
Right.
I think when
Right.
you ain't got no place else to
Right.
go,
That he
you
would
go
do
on
it right there. Yeah.
all the dogs barking.
Yeah. He would do it right there. He would do it right there.
Look, he's like, can I just stay in my car? You the dogs, the real
Right.
the alley
He
dogs.
would definitely do it right there.
Hey man, you better go right in. They be cold.
It was right on the other side of Farron Elementary School.
Exactly.
Yep. Yep.
Oh man, I am so proud that you attended DuSable, man. Hey, I'm not.
Oh, that is, most people don't know, if you've never been to DuSable, if you never heard of DuSable. DuSable was one of the most historic high schools in the city of Chicago. It's the first high school ever to have a live zoo inside the school.
Dr. Hamlin.
Yep, Dr. Emil Hamlin.
Oh yeah, that's my man. I spoke for Doc. I spoke for Doc a few times at his church over at Liberty
Baptist. Yeah,
I went over there and spoke for Doc, and Pastor Jackson.
Yes,
was there, and I ran into a bunch of people from DuSable at Maurice Cheek's mother's funeral.
Yes, yeah.
His mom funeral was Saturday, and Maurice 5247.
Yep.
5266. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
5266.
266 South State Street.
That's
Yep.
right. When they won the championship with
Yeah.
Doc, Maurice put it right there on the air.
Yeah.
He's here coaching for the Bulls now. And another great individual, man, not just because he was a pro and he made it to the Hall of Fame, but he's a good person. And his mom worked at DuSable as a hall guard, Miss Cheeks.
Yes, I remember Miss Cheeks. Yes.
Yeah, man. Miss Cheeks chased me out the hallway. I hated when she worked at the school because she was such a nice lady and I could not cut up. I was like, Miss Cheeks, can you find another job or something?
But she loved it so much.
Well, we loved her so much, and she would help us curve our behavior.
Yes.
Y'all know better.
Exactly.
We had to do better. Thanks to Miss Cheeks.
Yes.
She messed up a lot of good times for me, but let me graduate.
There's another great young man. He's a gospel singer now. His name is Vashawn Mitchell. He went to DuSable. He was in my class, actually.
And so you have all this knowledge about business. And I'm so glad you're lending some of your expertise. So you're going to help us, to really help solidify some of the Black businesses, to strengthen the Black businesses,
exactly.
But also to save. Because before COVID,
exactly,
even more so now, these businesses are suffering. We were already not doing business with each other. And so we're trying to change that behavior, change that attitude.
And change that dynamic. Exactly.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Because it's very sad. Because every time we talk about getting ahead, we're not getting ahead in this world if we do not change the economic reality that we're living.
And that is true. That is absolute truth.
Black lives don't matter if you ain't doing business with Black lives.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
If Black lives matter, Black businesses
matter. Exactly.
And we have to make sure we're being totally intentional when it comes to liberation, when it comes to the struggle.
Exactly.
Reparations is fine, but you got to take that money. I like what they're doing in Evanston, that $25,000, but I like to look at exactly what those.
But I would rather have that money put into Bronzeville, Greater Grand Boulevard.
Oh yeah, that would be
Inglewood.
Nice. That would be nice.
Those areas.
What are some of the pitfalls right now that people don't get out of the gate when it comes to business? What is like one of the major obstacles?
Themselves.
Wow, getting out of your own way.
Yep.
But what is it about?
Most people, I tell people, you have the opportunity to, they're not going to give it to me. They'll give it to somebody else. They won't give it to me. How do you know if you don't apply? Right. So are you saying that many times it's really, they do not have the confidence? They go in thinking negative, don't believe that they belong, don't believe that they deserve. Exactly. Yeah, and that attitude have been unfortunately instilled, very wide, ranged in terms. They've been pervasive. Yes, in terms of our thinking like that we don't think positive enough, and even the development, like in Chicago, there's a area on 43rd Street. I know that they're working on 47th Street. The Rosenwall and the brother, I love Yaya and Trez, at the Sip and Savor. Right. And then my friend Emmanuel, he has the cyber security place there. Right. But when you go down further on King Drive, some more Black folks own business. You got the little seafood place. And there's a slew of little businesses there. But I think that the stuff that really, it don't stop everybody, because I looked over and that place was so crowded. I'm not going in there. I'm definitely not going to Two Fish. It don't. No, Two Fish look like it's going to be a shootout at any time.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Two Fish. I ain't trying to, you know, on your parade, rain on
Right.
your parade, but the culture and how do we clean up the community? Because the beautification of the community, isn't that a big part of it when people come? I know folks, they don't care how things look on 79th Street, they go into Jerk Villa.
Right.
The place next door can be
Exactly.
shuttered and all of that, but
Yeah,
they're gonna wait in that line
yes, they
because the
are.
food is good.
Exactly. Exactly.
But is that important though? I mean, beautification is important because I know when you go on Michigan Avenue, you go anywhere on the Magnificent Mile, etc. I
Exactly.
mean, even though it's a tourist kind of thing,
Right.
what do we need to
But
do in the business
unfortunately,
world
you
to
have a
fix that in
lot
our
of
community?
you have a lot of individuals that live in our community that has never been downtown, that has never explored downtown, that has
Mm,
never set foot downtown due to the fact that they're comfortable being in that cocoon, that neighborhood cocoon.
yeah. And that's
They
real. But I like what you said about Bronzeville.
Yeah,
So we don't have to, because that's psychological.
exactly.
That's marketing. And whatever they have downtown is not like you have
Their marketing is any different than yours.
right. You've been to the promised land. So black businesses in Bronzeville, you know,
Exactly.
black businesses in Woodlawn or wherever,
Yep.
West Side, Garfield,
Exactly.
all over the city of Chicago. What area do you feel are we strongest in as far as black business?
Right now, we're
Yeah.
stronger in Bronzeville. We're stronger in the Grand Boulevard area.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to get a little stronger in Inglewood, but not quite as much as I would like to see. But they are trying to up and come in Inglewood.
Yeah,
But the
because
strongest,
Whole Foods is not a black
one,
business over
no,
there.
no, they're not.
I know they felt like Whole Foods would attract a certain, I guess, group of people, but when you look at Bronzeville, I really believe that will be the area that we will see more business flourish
Right,
in
exactly,
Bronzeville.
exactly.
But now 35th Street, what's happening on 35th Street as far as business? I know what's going on 43rd Street.
Now, the businesses on 35th Street are unfortunately not as black owned as they could be.
That's what I asked. That's why I asked.
You
That's
know,
why.
even you have even the little mom and pop stores are not owned by African Americans.
And I think I love Denise and Doris and Salmon and all of the board, all of those that are involved with RRGBC, because the first and most important thing is how do we save black businesses?
Well,
And
first
how
of
do
all,
they know that there's a savior out there like yourself, an individual that's equipped with knowledge? And have you gone into, or do you go into businesses that are even not being invited, and you go and check them out, and some of them are
oh yeah,
open for your
oh yeah.
knowledge?
Oh yeah, I have some that will come and ask questions in regards to how to improve or expand or how to attract more customers, more marketing, things of that sort. So
How
I
do
do.
people find you though? I mean, how do
I have a decal on my car.
what?
I have a decal on my car.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have a decal. Hold on.
And so people see that and they
And
call,
yep,
they contact you. Do you have like a website on there, or
I
just
have a website and my phone number.
and your phone number? Okay.
Hmm.
So how many businesses are you working with currently?
Currently, I'm working with 7.
Okay.
Currently, I'm working with 7. I'm working with a young lady who wants to do. She wants to do a beauty supply, but she wants to use African and Nubian hair instead of Asian.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, she
So
wants
how's
to
that
use.
going? I mean, she have a contact with, and I mean, we got a lot of our brothers and sisters from, and then that's almost criminal to me that we don't have that relationship
That's true.
with our brothers and sisters where the Nubian,
Right.
products are online and our people are beginning to use them, right?
Right. Exactly. You would find that a lot of black women use a lot of Nubian hair or Afrocentric hair now than they used to, as far as like the Asian.
That's a very
Uh,
profitable business. I mean,
it
as
is.
much as we can say what we want to say about weave and all the other products. Our daughters, our wives, our girlfriends, our mamas, our
They
grandmamas,
will go out and get
they gonna go out and get it, whether we like it or
not.
not. So
I'm at the
why not?
beauty shop right now. I'm getting it sew
Right,
in.
I
I
don't care
don't
what
care
you
what
say.
you
I'm getting the
say.
sew in, and
Exactly.
so we go, all right, mom, or all right, daughter, all right, whoever, girlfriend, mom.
Right.
But
And
go
guess
get it from a
what?
black store. Go support a black store. Go get a Nubian weave.
Exactly. Exactly.
So where's this
Exactly.
store? When they do, is it going to be in the Bronzeville area or where?
Actually, it's going to be in Inglewood.
Okay, okay. How far
It's,
away is she
it's she's
from?
trying to right now. We're acquiring all of the licensing and things of that sort. So right now, I'm teaching her how to write her business plan out.
Tell her she got a customer from me. All right, I'm gonna tell you what I get out of here before y'all start tripping. Before y'all start tripping, I need the stocking cap for my wave.
Right.
And then I use get me some Nubian wave grease.
Grease.
And give me
Exactly.
some Nubian
Exactly.
stocking cap.
And that stuff smells
And some
wonderful.
Nubian shampoo and
Yes.
condition.
Yes. And that's good for your skin.
Yeah. I mean, skin products.
Yes.
Everything that we use, we should be able to find in Inglewood at her store.
Exactly.
Now, are you talking about open up a nice large store?
Yeah.
Okay.
So right now we're looking at a budget of $670,000 right now.
Oh man.
Yeah.
And you said what's the projection time of this?
We're looking out at the next 6 months.
And so they're building out right now.
Well, what happens is we're trying to acquire the space because there's a space right there. Where is it? It's right off of 63rd and I would say Laughlin, right off, not too far from Ashland.
Is this our first? This
will be her first. Yeah.
Okay. Are there any other beauty supply stores in proximity, close proximity?
There are, but they don't sell the products that she's trying to sell.
Okay. So she's going to be competitive to make sure that she undercut them all.
Right.
and put Black Lives Matter. Then bring your butt here.
Exactly.
And shop and get your weave, get your
moisturizing products and everything else. Your natural products.
So you would help her with the marketing and everything. You helping her with the whole shabam or what?
Yes, from the ground up.
Oh, I'm so proud of that. That is beautiful, man. That's beautiful. I will support it. And I think that's what Denise, the whole concept with our BGC is to strengthen, but more so first to save and then to support.
Exactly.
To market and to support. And to let people know that we could do the same thing and do it better.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Exactly. All right. What else? Any other type of business you're working on right now?
there's a like I said, there's a young man that I'm working with right now, who's trying to develop his own mortgage lending company, where
Oh,
again
that's
he's
gonna be
trying to
interesting.
make sure that you know, black people can own homes. And his thing is, if because of course you know you have to meet a certain credit score and things of that sort. So his thing is lease the property
Mm-hmm.
to own the property. So while you're living in the property, all the money that you're putting in for rent and things of that sort, by the time you're able to buy the property, all of that money goes to your down payment.
Oh, okay. Smart. That's very strategic. And he wants a lending, a
Right.
lending institution.
Right.
That's kind of difficult. Is
It's
that more?
difficult, but at the same time, uh, uh, it's doable.
Yeah, because when it comes to money, you know, we do the credit union because I know we have do we still have Illinois, the Illinois, the institution for the credit union on
Hmm.
Green Drive?
No.
That's gone.
Yep.
So we don't have no black banks, no black credit unions, no nothing.
Nope.
And so where does he want to put this at?
He's also trying to put it in like Bronzeville.
Okay.
He wants to start with Bronzeville because right now he wants to buy property in the Bronzeville area and
I think
put
that's a
people
great idea. I think it's a
put
great idea.
right.
Folks are doing business with each other right now online. You know, folks with this, what do you call it? The Bitcoin, all of that stuff. So they are
Right.
trading. People are beginning to do
Right.
more trading and doing things
Right.
like that. I mean, in this case, um, I'm sure the criteria for people to come inside of his institution to get loans and et cetera, would it be different from going
Well,
to
it would be
somewhere
much
else?
different because what he does is, like I said, his strategic plan is to help minorities, black people get home ownership. So his thing is, okay, if you don't meet the requirements, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna put you in the home, but we're gonna put you in a leasing agreement for the home until we can build your credit. So what we're going to do is once you start leasing, we're going to report those wages uh, to the credit bureaus to help boost your credit score.
Okay,
So
Mike,
within the
Mike,
next
hey Doc, you know what? You reminded me when you said that. I remember when I first uh, uh, went to go buy my first car, and I was in there with horrible credit, and the guy who, the car salesman,
right,
he said the same thing that you said, but he goes, "Oh no, you're not gonna leave out here without a car. Oh no, we're gonna get you a car. Trust me, you get in the car." He said, "I'll be right back." And he came back. He spoke with his manager. He said, "I'm getting ready to lose on this deal." He said, "I'm not making anything." He said, but the only problem with that was the interest rate.
right.
They gave me a car, but I paid triple the amount for the
No,
car.
right, exactly,
So
exactly.
in this case, that ain't what he's doing,
No,
because on the back end, they get this, agreement or the way he's going to work that out. In the end, they'll still be able to come out pretty good.
exactly,
Okay. I
exactly.
love that. Give me another one. What's one of the other ones you're working on?
There's another gentleman right now who he wants to he wants to entangle the the black barbershop with the beauty shop. He wants to entangle that
Hmm.
because him and his sister are trying to go in together. So he's gonna have the barbershop side. She's gonna have the beauty shop and spa side.
Okay.
So it's gonna be the spa side is gonna include facials, foot massages. Of course, you get your hair done, you get your makeup done, and things of that sort.
Oh, nice. Now, what about where's this plan?
That's they're trying to do that in Bronzeville as well.
Good, good. I love it, man. And so you pretty busy, man.
Yeah.
Just those three projects, right? The one. You know, I'm trying to open up the hairpiece thing, man. That's enough to exhaust you. But I love it, man. I am so proud. And Doc, what are you? Are you a doctor in what?
But it's doable. And philosophy.
And philosophy. So you
Yes.
went from the philosophy to business.
Yes. I have a master's in business and I have a PhD in philosophy. So
Man,
I intertwine the two.
that's amazing, brother. That you so I know you attended University of Chicago. Before that, your undergrad work was at
Lewis University.
Lewis University, and then University of Chicago.
Yes.
Okay, with the big dog.
Yeah.
All right, from DuSable, you all, University of Chicago.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All praise is due to the Creator, man. I am
Yes,
so
sir.
honored, man. To and you know what I love about what you're doing, Doc, is you could, like many others, I think it's a form of is selfishness, but you are giving your energy, your time, your knowledge, man, to help other people be successful. You could go and just do your own thing and use these principles just to empower yourself. That's why our GBC needs your help and others, because you are a light in our community, brother. You are a light, and I know God is going to continue to bless you to be successful. And it's so many of our people need your guidance. They need your help. And this mission of RRGBC, man, is just that, to save our community.
And you know, I have to give credit to DuSable for that, because that's where I developed that particular passion for community service. You know, I've worked with Tim Ewell Black. He was one of the first.
Oh, I love him.
You know, he was one of the first people that I've worked with outside of building the community. And then I got into other programs like Chicago Area Project, Youth Resources, those programs.
Dr. Tim Black, huh?
Yes.
Let me tell you something. I had the honor. Again, I've been really so blessed to be on the stage with him, and I was the commencement speaker at Kosminski Elementary School, and he had attended that school. And this man is probably 100 and something right now, right?
Yeah, and still kicking.
And still kicking. And so when I was on the stage getting ready to speak, and the folks were, you know, they were not so much all over me, but it was like a big deal. I'm like, are you all crazy?
Yeah, that was, you know, that
this
it's funny that you
right here,
because you gave his commencement speech for his elementary school. I gave his commencement speech for the high school, for DuSable High School.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one time I gave one that he was there, but Dr. Margaret Burroughs.
Yes.
She was in the audience, and man, I've
had the pleasure of meeting her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was lost for words, man. You know, and I'm never lost for words, I don't think. But when you have humility and you're in a room with giants, like
exactly,
that,
you can't do nothing but have humility.
Yeah, man.
You got to pay the. You got
if you got any sense, you stop what you're doing and be like, kissing their hand.
Exactly. Yeah.
And you know, folks is like, oh no, I'm like, are you crazy?
Right.
Man, I'm in the room with Black.
Exactly.
No, please. But that's good. So Doc, what are some of your goals and aspirations now, looking at the world as it turns and America is unraveling, and it appears that there's an uptick, and we're not talking about the COVID and none of that stuff, but all of this stuff affects businesses.
Exactly.
So what strategies, is it online stuff right now, or because in terms of traffic and people in person doing business, and I know a lot of these, well, ain't nothing gonna stop. I ain't trying to be funny, but nothing is gonna stop our sisters. They'll take a
No.
chance on their life
Exactly.
and go get weave.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, but I do that. I ain't gonna take a chance on my life, but I prefer going to black owned business to get my little
Exactly.
stocking cap.
Exactly. Yeah, I got you get your moisturizer.
Right, my moisturizer. So
And your skincare product.
what are some of the things you are doing to help those businesses survive? I mean, are they making a shift? Are there certain businesses
That's the thing. We're teaching them how to, I'm gonna put it like this: Black people have always adapted to any situation. We've come from impoverished. Uh, uh, when you think about slavery, we dealt with it in the most gracious way. And that's why they were singing in the cotton fields. That's why they were dancing in the cotton fields. That's why they was praising in the cotton fields, because the only thing that the white men could not take from them was their persistence and their faith.
Teach.
So with that, we are one of the most persistent people on earth.
And I think, Doc, personally, this is our time.
It is our time.
I think this is our time.
It is our time.
Often, I'm gonna use that word time, but oftentimes when we look at the dynamics, and when we look at the history, and we look at some of the obstacles and some of the challenges, same thing that we've had, this is a great opportunity for us to be ready.
Yes.
To be ready to serve each other.
Exactly.
Serve our community.
Exactly.
Because many of these businesses, we at one point, you're like, man, we so tired of them. Don't worry. A lot of them are shutting down and fleeing out of the community.
Exactly.
For a lot of reasons.
Right.
And some businesses have closed. Last year, they're not going to reopen
at all.
And are you looking at that, or is that a group of people out there looking at that? Because I know others.
I mean, you have to. You again. That's a part of business strategy. That's a part of marketing. That's a part of competition. You have to look at what's going on and where the weaknesses are and where you will be strong.
Doc, how does I heard this brother, but he's brilliant. He's really he's a medical doctor, was a brain surgeon, but he has a clinic in DC, Abundance Life Clinic. Dr. Hallman. It's one of the brothers who came up with the cure for HIV, and he actually have a product that even addresses this whole COVID thing. So, but Dr. Hallman, he's into so many different things, but he said this, which was profound. He goes, people were bothered. You had some of the online conversation, social media regarding the murder of those people. The mass shooting,
right?
The Asian people, and you have people have mixed feelings about it. People coming in our community. It's like, no, we mourn the life of the death of all people, and we don't wish no harm to nobody. Period. Exactly. We have to be competitive business-wise. And Dr. Hallman said this. He says, don't get mad at someone from Japan or someone from Asia. He said, because what the hell is the corner store or that corner being available?
Exactly.
For them to come and open a business
and that's the thing.
Neighborhood. Why is that corner available for anybody from overseas that feel like they could come from way overseas and open up a store, whatever it is, in your damn neighborhood,
Right
on that
now,
form.
I tell a lot of people who want to own certain things. I say this. If you want, okay, you want them to build and things of that sort. They're auctioning off land right now.
Yeah,
Buy
yeah,
the land.
yes,
Have them pay you, because I know of two people right now. Uh, they own the land on 75th and State Street. These
yeah.
are two black men. One owns the property owns the land on 75th and State Street. The other one owns the land on 79th and Racine. And both of them are getting paid $35,000 a month from Walgreens to sit their Walgreens on that land.
Wow.
They're getting $35,000 a month.
Just to sit there?
Yep.
I ride past that Walgreens on 79th and Racine, right there by Father Flager's church.
Yep.
And that's David Moore.
Yep.
Whoa.
I helped him get elected. I worked on his campaign.
Wow. And you know, right there down the street from him is where I better not tell people where I go and get my hair cut. That's I don't need no people coming there and spraying. I stopped real quick. I've been watching too many damn movies. I'm from 48th and State Street.
Yeah.
So I'm not
we're
paranoid.
pretty much from the same area. So
Right. Yeah. 48, DuSable High School, Anthony Overton Elementary School.
Oh, I went to Overton. I went to Overton. I went to Diet.
Yeah.
Yes,
Overton
Lord.
is where I was bullied, man.
Yeah, me too.
I got my first bully over at Overton. Over by Baldwin Ice Cream. I used to, you know, it wasn't a real robbery, but you know, she made us jump up and down. Rose. It
Principal
was a
was
girl.
Mr. Leo
I
Ellis.
just said a girl named Rose. And Rose helped me with my track career, brother. You know, I got a scholarship, man, because of Rose. We got less than 5 minutes, and I want them to go to you, man, in terms of giving our people out there messages, because we have to fight this war. You know, when folks say we at war, and with all of the things that are happening to our community as far as crime is concerned, you know, as far as just disunity and the attacks from the police, racism, all of that stuff.
Right.
You know, but what can we do? And I believe you've said it, but if you could spend the next 3 minutes, 4 minutes to really let people know that, and I love what you said about the faith when we were in slavery, you know, all of the atrocities that we've been through, but we didn't give up.
Exactly.
So give our audience some tools, motivation, but those that are listening that want to open up a business, that's afraid that they can't get it, don't know how to get the money. Where do they need to come? But tell them what they need to do before they come and see you, the doctor. Because you, the doctor, you need your degree is in a lot of other stuff too. Dr. Hope.
Right.
But go ahead, Doc.
Well, the first thing I would tell people is get out of your own way. Stop being afraid of not succeeding. If you fail at something, as the song says, we fall down, but we get up. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to fail to succeed. And if you do not put yourself in a situation to succeed, you will never succeed. So give yourself a chance because you deserve it. Build your legacy. turn your dreams into the reality and the legacy that you want to leave, not just for your children, but for your community. So get out of your own way. Don't be afraid of the word no, because the word no can be your best friend. Because when one door open, there may be three other doors that open right behind it. So if one door closes, there's many other doors that you can walk through. So don't give up on yourself. Give yourself a chance.
And I love it. And get out of your way. Get out of yourself way. And I like it. We are in our way. We are the obstacle to our goals. We are the obstacles to our success. And it started with our thinking, right, Don?
Exactly.
You know, and I love what you just said, because people read books on this, on that, but unfortunately we don't act on all of that we read. I mean, it's good reading and you feel good, but we don't act on those principles. We don't act on that law. That law of success. We know about it, but we just don't do anything about it. And I love what you say. That's why I open this up with the economic prayer, because we have to know that we've been broken as a people, but we got a lot of success stories going on right here, and we need more of them. So I really appreciate you, man. I want to do definitely another show with you. Of course. And I really want you, because more people need to hear the fact that you have the tools, you have the guide, you have the knowledge, but and you have the love for the people, for the community. And it seems to me, I think I'm right, it does you well to see our people and businesses being successful.
I love it. I love it. I want more people to succeed. I want more people to succeed.
Do you give like speeches or go around giving speeches, like motivational speaking online, anything?
I haven't started yet. I have an outline that I'm actually working on to do motivational speaking right now.
You'd be great, man. You would be great. See, you would be great. And we got a lot of people who have the gift of gab. I'm one of them. And it's good to have that, but it's better, not just to have the gift of gab, but to have the gift of knowledge.
Exactly.
And knowledge is power.
Yes, it is.
And that's what RGB is all about. RRGBC, man, to repair, restore, grow Black communities.
That's right.
To save them and then to strengthen them by bringing on powerful individuals like yourself that will disseminate this kind of information, man. Thank you so very much for joining us, man. I thank Denise and everyone responsible for finding you, man. You are a breath of light. Thank you so, so much. Tonight, folks, we were going to be joined by Denise, but she had some technical problems. So I hope that, you got something out of this conversation. And one of the major things I want to leave you with tonight is go to our website. We have it up there. Visit the website and stay in touch with us through the website. And there's different activities that we're doing. The bookstore, I think on March the 31st, we'll be doing a raffle, but someone would win the book. Denise have all that information. I'm sorry that I'm not prepared for that, but we're connected with Black bookstores, and we're making sure that I know one of the books is Marcus Garvey, etc. But we want people to be knowledgeable, and we have so many. Frontline Bookstore is one of the supporters of this organization and many others, and we want all of us to begin to do business with each other. We got to do more business with each other. We could fight all day long, but Denise, there go my girl, Denise. What up, D? Where you been? Can we hear you? We can't hear Denise. Loud. We could hear you earlier. Can we get some volume for Denise? Can we hear? We can't. I heard something, Denise, faintly, but I think I wish we could, because Denise have the actual facts. And one of the things, she's one of the pioneers behind this whole movement right here. This ain't a moment. This is a movement. This is the way that we clean up our community. See, once you own and operate your community, then you're going to make sure that the beautification of the community comes from us. That's what's missing. Doing for self is what's missing. And we must start doing business with each other. Ain't no way out of this stuff. Politics without economics is symbol without substance. Thank you again for joining us tonight. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. We look forward next Wednesday. Don't forget, every Wednesday, 8 p.m., God willing, we will see you, and we're going out our way to bring some of the most impactful guests in Chicago that is doing things to make a difference. All right. Thank you, Brother Simon, the producer of this show. And I'm so sorry that you guys could not hear from Denise or even Doris tonight, but we'll have it together next week. Trust me and believe. Peace and love.